بەخێر بێنەوە ئێستاش دەست دەکەینەوە بە کارەکانی کۆڕبەندەکەمان پانێڵی دووەمی کۆڕبەند بە ناونیشانی زیرەکی دەستکرد و خوێندنی پیشەیە ئێستاش داوا لە بەڕێز گراسیلا مۆلێت دەکەین وەک بەڕێوەبەری پانێڵ بفەرموویەتە سەر ستەیج هەروەها داوا لە پانێڵەستە بەڕێزەکان دەکەین بفەرمونە ئێرە هەر یەکە لە بەڕێزان کارل هۆنگ ئانتۆنی تام جینا ئافەداڵ وەسمان عەبدولمەجید شەملاوی هەروەها دكتور مسعود محمد حسن فاضل عمر أهلا بكم من جديد والآن نبدأ بالقسم الثاني من الندوة والتي هي تحت عنوان الذكاء الاصطناعي والتعليم المهني ندعو حضرة غراسيلا مولت التوجه نحو المنصة لتقديم الندوة كما أطلب من الأعضاء المشاركين الصعود على المنصة كل من كارل هونغ أنتوني تام جينا فادال واسمان عبدالمجيد شملاوي دكتور مسعود محمد حسن فاضل عمر.
Esteemed attendees, we now resume our forum activities. The second panel of the forum is titled Artificial Intelligence and Technical and Vocational Education. We invite Graciela Mullet to step onto the stage as the panel moderator, and we also invite the esteemed panelists Karhung Anthony Tam, Gina Avdal, Wasman Abdul Majid Shimlavi, Dr. Masoud Mohammed Hassan, and Fadil Omar.
We are here now. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Kurdistan Education Forum. So we're going to start the second panel today, which will be about the artificial intelligence and technical and vocational education. For doing that, I would like to welcome our panelists in this second panel of today, Mr. Karhun Anthony Tam, UNESCO Iraq Head of Education, Ms. Gina Avdal Wasman, founder of Edwin American Academy. Mr. Abdul Majid Shimlawi, Executive Director of Technology at the Queen Rania Academy for Teacher Training. Dr. Masoud Muhammad Hassan, lecturer at Sahko University and Director of the Prime Center. And Mr. Fadil Omar, CTO at SoftBank Company. Welcome and thank you everybody for participating in this forum today. So for breaking the ice, I would like to ask Mr. Anthony Tam, considering the accelerating pace of technological advancement and evolving demands of the global labor market, what strategic policy frameworks and pedagogical approaches are most critical for ensuring that technical and vocational education systems effectively integrate artificial intelligence to equip future workforce with relevant and resilient skill sets?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. I think it's a long question. I can see there's two parts in the question. The first one is about what is the to advocate for AI and TVET, technical vocational education and training. And the second part is about pedagogical approach, how we can change it to adapt to the AI and TVET. In terms of the policy framework, I think the first thing we have to look at is, of course, we need to get the buy-in from all different stakeholders. Particularly, I understand that in Iraq, we have developed the technical and vocational qualification framework some years ago. I think this is an important framework which brings together different ministries to really look at which level of education, what kinds of qualification and competencies we want to see from the students. So I believe that is important to also add an element on AI competency and digital skills in this technical and vocational qualification framework. The second policy framework we need to talk about is how we can strengthen the understanding of the labor market with the AI. In particular, AI can be useful to analyze big data. So for example, when we do a labor market assessment, AI can help us to evaluate what are the trends of the skills and competencies that employers would like to have through those job announcements. So then we can look at the trend and then to adjust the curriculum afterwards. At the same time, AI can also help us to track the TVET graduates, to understand after graduation whether they can get a job which matches the qualification and learning in the vocational institutes. Now, in terms of pedagogical approaches, the key thing is a really huge change because we talk about vocational training. We talk about doing and also listening to theoretical lessons. But now we are not just about doing. We need to change the mindset. We are teaching the students understanding what it means. For example, when you're learning car mechanics, they have been trained to listen to the sound or feel. Then they can try to do some diagnosis about what the situation of the car. But now with the AI, this type of thing we don't need to do ourselves. AI can help us to do diagnostics. For us, we need to train the students how to interpret the data from AI, and then how to critically think, and so that they can respond to do the repairment based on the need of the car. So that is one thing. The second thing about the particular change is it's important for us look at the teacher side. Of course, teachers need to ensure that they know about the benefit of AI and also have some upskilling program to support them. Thank you.
Thank you. So following your contribution to the labor market policy framework, I would like to ask Ms. Gina, to what extent can the strategic integration of artificial intelligence into educational curricula proactively cultivate the adaptive competencies and digital fluency essential for learners to navigate the complexities of the future global workforce?
Thank you. So when we strategically integrate AI into the curricula or the vocational training, it's quite significant because we don't want to just bring a tool into the classroom and say, here, use it. No, what we want to do is we want to build on the competency that you mentioned, the adaptive skill, the problem solving, the digital literacy. These are so critical right now in the workforce globally, not just the Middle East, all over. So, for example, right now the World Economic Forum has highlighted that these competent skills are quite important. For example, there is a university, I may be wrong, it was called North Carolina Central University. They integrated AI into the nursing program that they have. How did they integrate it? Now these nursing students, they're able to have simulations where they take the AI and turn it into patients. What does that teach them? What kind of skills? The skills that they're learning is how to work under pressure, how to be decisive, make these decisions when they're under pressure, because that's how it is in the hospital. So with AI, they're able to kind of practice these scenarios over and over again before going into the real world. Not only that, different sectors, for example, welding. Welding is, I would say, a pretty difficult sector to kind of thrive in. It's pretty dangerous if you don't have the necessary skills before going into the workshop. But Tulsa Institute, they also integrated AI into the system. Not to just tell the students, hey, use it. No, they're using it where through VR, students are able to practice and see the techniques of welding before actually going into the workshop. However, AI isn't just limited to nursing or welding, even hospitality. There's now chatbots available where the student is able to kind of deal with difficult customers, how to improve their cultural literacy, and so forth. So to answer your question, the extent is significant. However, if it isn't strategically integrated into the system, it will fail. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Abdul, I would like to ask you, considering what the last two panelists have shared with us, what are the principal impediments and critical success factors associated with the comprehensive adoption and integration of artificial intelligence technologies within the established institutional frameworks of vocational education?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the question and for hosting us. A very interesting question. Typically, with introducing any technology to the education sector, we face challenges being one, the infrastructure on one side. So that is one of the gaps that we see. We also see the adoption rate or acceptance of a new technology, also another challenge that we see in doing that. What matters maybe more is the competency framework or what competencies the teacher should have. The adoption rate or the adoption happens at the classroom level, and that's where we need to encourage this. This is why for us at the Queen Rania Teacher Academy, we work with the teachers on enhancing their competencies and adopting those tools at the classroom level to enhance the learning process. End of the day, we're not integrating AI for the sake of integrating AI. We're integrating AI or we're introducing AI as a tool to enhance the learning process and the education outcome at the classroom level. So this is what matters the most at the classroom level, and having teachers buy into the process. AI is not going to replace teachers, but it's going to be a tool for teachers to use to enhance the learning process at the classroom level. If we capitalize on this part of the equation, then we have a much higher rate of success at the school level and at the students of accepting AI. Today, and everywhere actually in the world, we're seeing adoption at the student level in a much more faster manner than teachers and than society. Students are more native to technology, and that's why we see their acceptance to using technology much higher than their teachers and their community as well. So capitalizing on this actually as an angle is also very important to encourage the adoption rate. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Masood, in the same line of what the last panelist was sharing with us, I would like to ask you what innovative applications of artificial intelligence can be developed and implemented to cultivate highly interactive, intrinsically motivating, and contextually relevant learning environments for technical and vocational subjects?
Okay, thank you very much for the nice question. Actually, we are going through one of the most transformative period of human history where AI is reshaping everything. The way we live, the way we learn, and the way we teach, and the way we communicate. So there is application for everything nowadays, and we are dealing with this application in our daily life. In terms of education, we used to have a class. In a traditional class, we used to have two kinds of person in the class, teachers and students. And we always were looking for the teacher as an expert in a specific area or a subject. But this equation is not true anymore. We have another component inside the class which is smarter than the students, and sometimes smarter than the teacher himself or herself. So it's a big challenging. And there are lots of applications supporting this direction, where students can have lots of knowledge, even the knowledge of the 10 teacher in their pocket. And we as lecturer and teacher and in education system, we have to tackle this challenge in such a way that we need to integrate this technology in the system of education in such a way that it reflects the outcome of the students' learning outcomes. So, to do so, we have three main opportunities. AI can enhance the way students can learn in a fast way, in an environment which they like, and it's adaptive to their skills and their ability. In the same time, teachers and lecturers can use AI to enhance or to improve their skills, because the skill teacher had yesterday is not enough for tomorrow or even for today. Because we used to have a teacher where we based, the teacher was center and everything were based on what the teacher is going to deliver. But this is not true anymore. With the AI, this teacher can and must be trained in such a way that in a platform that the Ministry of Education is introducing, students should get trained on using it. Professionals and technical staff should get trained on that. And even teachers should get training. And it's not that a way that we just need to integrate. We have to integrate it in a best possible way when we need to increase productivity. Because time is another component which we should care about. For example, any person in this hall, they got 16 years to get a BSc degree in an area. But is it true with the era of AI that I could wait for 16 years to get a knowledge about something? I think we should direct this question to ourselves. Because with the AI, instead of 16 years, we might learn the same specialist in 16 months. Why not? It's a possibility. It's a chance. It's an opportunity. And we have to tackle this challenge. It's a challenging process, but we have all the material. And another opportunities that AI bring to our society is, especially in terms of education and vocational education, we can have such application like virtual labs, virtual, design or components, or maybe sometimes simulators. Instead of bringing our students to a field, we can bring something through a virtual reality technology or augmented reality technology, where we create a new environment for engaging learning while we are inside the class. And this is another opportunity that AI brings. So there are lots of applications we can build, but we must take it responsibly. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very interesting. Mr. Fadil, I would like to ask you if you could share with us how can artificial intelligence contribute to the creation of sophisticated, high-fidelity simulated laboratory environments that offer enhanced realism and significant pedagogical value for practical technical skill acquisition?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I think, first of all, we need to understand that the life before an I and after I has been changed dramatically. As my colleagues mentioned, like before, the only source of getting information in the class was the teacher and maybe the books and maybe some curriculum texts. But now we have an elephant in the room, which is the AI. Everyone talks about AI. So AI became the most knowledgeable and the most intelligent person among us, or things among us. So now for simulations and for other techniques, AI now understand most of the sciences that we are aware, like physics, like chemical, like all the applied sciences. AI is going to understand, and maybe now, maybe in the next 10 years or 20 years, it might outperform the humans, which is a lot of debates on that currently. But so once we have a tool that can help you to make simulations for the applied science, for the trainings, for the customized trainings for students. For example, as my colleague says, regarding the danger, like danger tools for learning, for example, the welding. It's first of all, it's very costly, it's very dangerous. So once you have a simulated environment that could teach you or replicate the reality of that training tools, it would be like a lot of easier and cost effective. Although I believe now for the Kurdish like contents for the AI, it's still in the beginnings now, but it's improving every now and then. So I think in the next few years, it will make a huge difference in that area. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So after this first round of questions and interesting information, we're going to go through the second round of questions. Mr. Anthony, I would like to ask you, how can artificial intelligence-powered immersive technologies, such as advanced simulations and virtual reality environments, be optimally leveraged to enhance the practical, hands-on learning experiences and deepen the mastery of complex vocational competencies?
Okay, thank you for the question. My colleague already touched on this topic a little bit. Maybe for me, I want to focus on what the practical realities that we can really apply in Iraq. In terms of virtual reality or simulation, my colleague did mention that it can be applied to some of the area for TVET, such as the high cost or dangerous situation for the simulation. For example, oil and gas industry, the drilling process, if there's an emergency, how do we respond? So those are good examples to create scenario to learn through AI. Other than that, for example, we talk about construction. Sometimes we need to the students to operate heavy machines, and also those are expensive. So that can also be considered how we can embed AI so that the students they can use AI to learn this first full simulation scenario before they actually touch and use the machine. The second scenario we can use AI for simulation is for those skills that we will need the students to learn from some the AI mentor. How do we call it? It's basically to bridge the gap between theory and practice. I can give an example. Now, UNESCO, other than education, we have been supporting the ministries in terms of cultural preservation. One of the important work we've been doing is in some areas to restore the buildings with heritage outstanding value. We also engage lots of different vocational students in it. What we can see for the future is about tourism. Tourism, we can also use AI. How do we do it? For example, in terms of how to engage a student to learn hospitality, we can use simulation in the scenario so that they can learn the best way to demonstrate hospitality in the work. In addition, AI can also help the teachers and students to analyze the trend of the visitors so that they can tailor-make the curriculum. For example, there are more visitors to go to a certain area. Then we need to train the students more about the history, the heritage information for particular area, the heritage. So this is another element. I also mentioned about the AI mentor. An important thing is we talk about welding several times. For this one, when they because I visited one of the vocational training school, when a student, they learn welding, of course, it's kind of a lot of danger. They need to be supervised by the trainers closely. But with AI, the AI can simulate the situation and also give them advice on a one-to-one basis. For example, when they do the welding, okay, the end goal, how they do it, okay, the AI can immediately to ask the student to rectify the end goal. So this cannot be done with a normal school setting because only one trainer, they are facing maybe 20, 30 students. So this is also another good way to use simulation. Now, last part about simulation is to ensure that the simulation can link to the local context. I'll give you an example about automotive repair. For example, we can use AI to simulate different types of car models. For those car models who are more common in Iraq, then we can do some simulation, particularly for that model. So this can also help the trainers and trainees to get some localized and relevant quality AI learning from the TVET. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Gina, Mr. Anthony Tam just quickly introduced the topic of career counseling. So I would like you to expand a bit more about this and ask you what are the discernible strategic advantages and systemic benefits derived from the application of AI-powered tools in career counseling and the meticulous planning of academic and professional pathways within the vocational education sector.
Thank you. So when it comes to the different kinds of studies, I would say that in general AI, it's black and white. It's good and it's bad. There are some studies that encourage the use of AI, that it increases the student learning outcomes. It helps teachers become better mentors. But at the same time, if we go to the dark side of AI, we can say that there are studies. There was one study particularly I actually read the other day. It was done by MIT. This study said that AI is rotting our brains. Now, is this true? Possibly. How? Why? We can say that we are not more intelligent than AI. Not as instructors, not even the students. AI is smarter. This is a reality. But what's important for instructors to guide students on how to be able to increase their critical thinking? It's quite important. Their ability to reason, their ability to validate information, because as we know, AI hallucinates. There is hallucination, and if we don't guide students on how to ethically use these, of course it's going to be negative. So there are studies that are showing that AI is quite advantageous, but at the same time, there are some disadvantages. But this goes on a larger scope. It's not just about AI, everything. If we don't teach how to use it the right way, it will definitely go the wrong way. In the audience this morning, as the website for the children, the platform, the interactive platform was going, I was overhearing some people in the audience. Oh no, there goes the instructors. They don't need us anymore. However, that's quite wrong. Instructors are actually quite critical in the use of AI. It's our job to see how the students are using it. Because if we don't teach them how to use it, they're going to lose the ability to have that critical thinking skills. Yes, it's easy. Google, chat it. Whatever questions you have, you'll get it with the snap of your finger. Dr. Adnan showed us a quick demonstration. He put in and information came almost at the speed of light. So there are studies that show that AI is quite advantageous, but at the same time, there are some disadvantages that can be controlled. And this controlling, it has to be done by mentors. We cannot just let AI take over. We have to learn how to help students thrive with AI, not just students, even mentors. And going back to the comment that I heard in the audience, it's not that instructors are going to lose their jobs. Maybe, yes, AI will take away some jobs. This is a reality, it's a fact. But at the same time, AI is going to create many new jobs for people to kind of develop and work in. So AI, it's quite exciting, but at the same time, it can be a bit frightening.
Thank you. We're receiving a few questions from the audience. We're gonna leave them for the Q&A section that it will be like very soon. and at the end of this panel. But now, I was listening to Ms. Gina, and she was introducing the topic of validating information, which is very interesting when it comes to artificial intelligence. So I would like to ask you, Mr. Abdul Majid, how can artificial intelligence-driven assessment instruments be innovatively designed and validated to accurately gauge and certify the acquisition of essential technical proficiencies and practical skills?
Yeah, thank you. It's important today, again, to look back at the usage of AI in the context of it's a tool. It's a tool that helps us guide the development of student skills and learning skills. So in doing that, what's important is to have teachers on board and accurately and adequately skilled to use AI in the right way. So this is on one side, but also how to interpret the information to AI and from AI. It's all today, there is a huge side of the science that is developing around prompt engineering and how to actually talk to AI in the right way. This is, for example, where we need to bring teachers on board, and that's what we do at QRTA, at the Community Teacher Academy, of how to accurately use AI in the proper way to help us. And that will help, for example, going back to basics in education. What do we need to achieve in education? We need more personalized learning. So that's where we actually use AI to help us individualize the learning at the student level. And that's where we develop a leveled assessments, for example, for students, so we can better assess their skills and develop more tailored curriculum, as my colleagues mentioned, that can help us with guiding students learning in the proper way. And that will help the whole classroom actually develop in the best way to achieve our objectives. That's on one side, of course, but there is also the other side of trends and sector trends. And that will help us as well, using AI to understand different trends at the sector level and aligning student skills towards those industry trends. And that's where we can guide the development of student skills at the classroom level.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And in line with that, Mr. Abdul Majid was introducing the topic of the skill sets in the classroom. But then now I would like to ask Dr. Masood Muhammad, what are the profound implications of artificial intelligence for the future evolution of employment landscapes and the requisite skill sets within technical specialized professions that technical and vocational education must address?
Okay, thank you. So as my colleagues mentioned, so it's the matter of the skills. So employment is, the philosophy of employment is going to change with the AI. We used to have questions. Human beings were developed through questioning and then looking for the answers. But the AI is making this upside down. Now we are living in an era where we have answers to every single questions, but we don't know how to ask. So we must teach our students to learn how to question, how to ask questions. And this is what Dr. mentioned. This is regarding to something called prompt engineering. And prompt engineering is the way you communicate with the AI, it's the way you talk to AI in such a way that they good understood you, and based on that, they can help you. May I just ask the audience a simple question?
Yes.
Can
sure.
be in Kurdish, please? Have you used AI to look for some information in the last 3 days? AI تان هیچ طوله که AI تان بکاره نه لما یسر و جیرا بردو که بدوای زانیاری گراون اگر بکاره تنه حزکم دست برسکی دست ایشمان بعدده اگر زحمت نبت تقریبا تقریبا 180 مان AI بەکاردێنین احتیمادیشی لەسەر دەکەین بڕواشی پێ دەکەین ئەی باشە ئەگەر خۆمان بەکاردێنین و بڕوای پێ دەکەین ئەی بوو ئەو مەجالە نەدەینە مناڵەکانیشمان تەڵەبەکانیشمان بەکاربێنین بەڵام لە ڕێگایەک کە کۆنتڕۆڵەکەی لە دەست ئێمە بێتن ئێمە پێیان بڵین ئەوها بەکاربێنە so we have to teach them in a responsible way to avoid using it's impossible it's coming it's a wave as Mustafa said is a technological wave and it's touching everywhere we cannot stop AI technology so we have to adapt ourselves in this technology in such a way that we need to use in a best possible way. And the best possible way is like this. In terms of your question, do you know that 60% of our children will work on something that we still don't know the name of the job? 60% of the primary school students are going to work on something that it's not created yet. So we have to prepare them for this vague or unclear future. It's a bit challenging, but we have to start now. We have to take action because otherwise they will become qualified with something that it's useless. AI is going to help me, is going to be my partner. It's not going to replace me. So human being is the smartest creature in this universe. But we have another competitive right now. So AI is competing us. They are trying to mimic the way we make decisions, the way we learn, the way we communicate, the way we analyze, the way we compare. So we have to adapt ourselves, especially our students, and especially in a primary schools. We have to teach them some skills that they are not going to exist in the near future. For example, 30 years ago, there were nothing called web developer. 20 years ago, there were nothing called machine learning engineers. 50 years ago, there were nothing called programmers. But these jobs are getting the highest salary in the world nowadays. So we have to think about something that it's not exist yet. And it's very difficult, by the way. You are going to teach your students to teach them something and you don't know what they are going to qualify it about. And this is what AI brings as a challenge, and you have to tackle it. And in terms of automation, according to the World Economy Forum, 30% of the jobs, of our jobs, is going to be automated by 2030. Imagine 30% of our daily activities is going to be automated by the near future in just 4-5 years. How about 50 years? How about 200 years? So we might be automated. I mean, automation is totally different from intelligence. When you stop in front of a machine, a coffee machine, when you press something and it gives you a hot chocolate or cappuccino, this is not AI. This is not intelligence. This is automation. But when you stop in front of that machine and they recognize you, oh, you are Masood, and I know you prefer having a coffee in Thursday, and today is Thursday, I'm going to give you a coffee. This is AI. And this is a new kind of skills we have to adapt ourselves in terms of employment. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your intervention, Dr. Masood Muhammad. I would like to take advantage of your interaction with the audience that it was in Kurdish. And also, you were introducing some challenges related to the implementation of AI. So I would like to ask Mr. Fadil, and for me as a newcomer guest in the Kurdistan context, it would be very interesting to understand what are the challenges for implementing such tools in this specific context, and in Kurdish.
Right. Well, first of all, as I mentioned, AI is a new tool for us. For Kurdish language as a whole, it's even newer. As you know, we have in Kurdish two dialects, like the Sorani and the Badini. So now AI can understand much better Sorani than Badini because of the resources available online. So we have a long journey to make AI understand us better as a Kurdish culture and as a Kurdish problems or things. So, you know, there are many areas that you can integrate. As I believe in nowadays, if someone uses an AI and someone not uses AI is like a Superman and a normal person. So the Superman can fly, can make lots of things that normal human cannot do. So exactly. So once you use the AI, it can summarize, it can generate new ideas. It gives you the creativity to think more critically on a specific subject. So as Mr. Serkin Robinson, he's a very talented guy. He said that creativity nowadays is something very important. If someone is creative and someone is not creative, you can compare them as someone is illiterate. So it's something that we cannot escape from it. So it's better to adopt it and use it as a tool to leverage our information and to enhance our knowledge. So as for your question, for the Kurdish content, luckily there are some models that start learning and also thinking in Kurdish. We have the Anthropic Claude model, we have some Google models, and some others like the Cohere, Aya, and Command models. So those models can understand Kurdish in a certain way that it cannot hallucinate too much. It hallucinates. It gives you false information. So you have to aware what you are asking and what you are getting back from that model and from your question. So in my recommendation for us as a Kurdish culture, to be more visible online, to have more resources, make them available publicly, and collaborate with those giants like the Meta, like OpenAI, like all these things, to also make the Kurdish language like any other languages and other resources, to make them more available. And I think we are on the right path, as in the last few years some organizations and some universities are starting doing that, but I think we need to work more on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So before closing this interesting panel, we received a few questions for the audience. I'm going to read them, and then whoever wants to give an answer to our audience would be appreciated. So the first one it is, how will artificial intelligence succeed in schools?
So can you guys hear? How does artificial intelligence succeed in school? We just saw a very wonderful demonstration this morning. We have a platform where now these students have access to resources where they can test their knowledge. And if they have errors in their knowledge, the platform tells them how to correct it or what's wrong with it. So this is being integrated into the schools. It's a wonderful initiative because public schools compared to private schools, it needs more work. So this platform is completely the backbone for public schools. And when we have this integration into school, we can kind of turn it into a flipped classroom. These students are at home with their tablet or their computer. They quickly just go through, play with it. But when they go back to the school, they're confident with the teacher. The teacher can kind of see where they are at. Are they using these tools the right way? When I saw the platform, I was a bit saddened because I wish I can go back and be with this generation. We had it the hard way. We had books, read it word by word. I mean, this generation, the alpha generation, they're lucky. They're quite lucky that now they have AI in the school. I believe they will definitely surpass us. They will definitely be more intelligent than the previous generations because they have such a tool integrated into the AI system, like in the AI school. And I was so happy that Kurdistan, which we know is between a developing country, but look, this region was able to adapt such a platform. And as Dr. Alan mentioned, in 2026, it should be completed. So if a developing country can take this system and catch up with the developing countries, I mean, the ones that are already there, I feel like the race for intelligence, for knowledge, it's a fair chance. It doesn't matter where you come from or what is your situation. If Kurdistan can do it, if Kurdistan can create such a wonderful platform for public schools, anyone can.
Thank you. It was Anthony.
Yes. Thank you. Just I echoed the comments about the possibility of flipped classrooms. But one thing I want to emphasize is that when we use AI in Tibet, I think the first step in school, we have to change the mindset of all the stakeholders. The mindset should be changed from AI may be replacing human beings. No, this is not the case. AI is complementing what human beings can do. Now, in UNESCO, actually 30 years ago, we have a key proposition. We talk about we need to train the learners, learning to learn. This concept is still applicable. Currently, we talk about AI. We need to train the students to learn by themselves. Okay, AI is the way to support them. Now, get to the Iraq context. How to do so? My recommendation, first of all, is at least before we talk about AI, because currently in the TVEC sector, there's some room to improve is on the basic digital skills, information literacy, critical thinking. We all talk about now. At least I really want to suggest this should become mandatory in the TVEC schools as a basis. Because without this kind of basis, I mean how they use AI responsibly and in an ethical way. Okay, the second thing I would like to advise is UNESCO have been supporting technical universities, vocational schools, vocational training centers. We're happy to continue working with the governments in developing some model schools. And with all your ideas, we can try to implement some model schools with the use of AI. Now, to do so, I want to advocate the importance of public-private partnership. Because in the public sector, when you use AI, you do need the resources. technology that I believe that the private sector can help. So that is my advice to colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a couple of hands raised here, but we also have one in the audience. Would you mind if I give him the...
Hello? Hello? Hello, hello? Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Elendi Dewan. I'm to be a senior at the International School of Shefat Erbil. And I wanted to point out something. As Gina Khan said, AI could take certain jobs in the future. But to be honest, I disagree with that claim. And I have a quote to back it up. AI will not take your jobs in the future, but someone who knows how to use AI will for sure do. Because if we look into it, AI itself, it doesn't take the initiative. You have to give it the input, it gives you an output. When video games came out back in the 2000s, what, a controller when you could play with it and you see a character looking like a human moving around, does that mean it was something for us to be scared of? No, we built on it. Same thing with AI. So regarding jobs being taken in the future, I believe that will not be the case. It will be the case where, for example, if Gina Khan knows how to use AI within her company, she will definitely surpass me if I'm a competitive company against her. So thank you very much. I just want to point it out and share the quote with everyone that AI will not take your job in the future, but someone who knows how to use AI will definitely do.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I maybe...
We have a few questions there. They are related to critical thinking that was already introduced during the conversation, but also it was just mentioned by Mr. Anthony. So would you like to answer that question, or would you like to stay in the last one? Because we are running out of time, I'm afraid.
No, you can ask a question, so maybe we can better address that.
Okay, so there are a couple of questions. I'm going to try to make only one related to critical thinking. Here, how can artificial intelligence be integrated into vocational education in a way that not only automates processes, but also enhances learners' critical thinking and creativity, while ensuring that the role of teachers and trainers is not diminished? Something that the audience was raising now, and something that we've discussed before. So the floor is yours.
Since we're talking about teachers, so maybe I can take that question. And I was going to elaborate earlier on your earlier question, the critical success factors for AI and how can AI also succeed. So just to elaborate on this part, AI cannot succeed alone. So you need several aspects in the classroom to succeed. And AI so far is not replacing, for example, social emotional learning at the classroom. We need to take care of students, okay, and to take care of the students' learning environment for them to learn. So this is what's important about. So far, AI is just interpreting information and giving you data. And what I would call, coming from a technology background as well, and this is also what we think about at QRTA, that AI so far is just taking data, analyzing it, and giving you output. This is so far what we have from AI. So it's a large learning model or language learning model that is being implemented. We haven't seen, by the way, real AI yet. Real AI that can give you something totally as AI new, we haven't seen that yet. Maybe we'll see it, and this is basically the number of generations we're seeing in the future. But so far, it's taking large amount of data, analyzing it, and giving you an interpretation of that data, which is not enough for learning at the classroom level. So this is on one side. And this is where the teacher, as a facilitator, needs to take a role in interpreting this information and making sure to address the social emotional learning aspect of students. So that is just to merge the two questions together. This is where the teacher's role comes in. Now, in terms of critical thinking and making sure the information does not or interpreted at the right situation or right level. This is where also the teacher's role needs to be to make sure that AI is leveled, for example, so you have different resources, different levels at the classroom that are addressed in a proper way. So it will help the teacher to individualize the learning at the student level. And that's also where assessment comes in, and making sure the teacher feeds the proper data to the AI engine to get the proper answers. So again, the teacher is really a key component of making AI work. And this is where we need to take care of the teacher and make sure we're equipping the teacher with the right skills to address this. And again, this is something we have several programs at the Community Teacher Academy that work with teachers to equip them with the right skills to use AI, starting from data literacy and information literacy, for example, and how to use data in the proper way, moving to technology literacy, and then AI literacy for teachers, and prompt engineering for teachers as well. So what are the commands that teachers can use for AI? So merging your two questions maybe together.
Lots of awarenesses.
Thank you.
Lots of awarenesses.
Yes, of course. Lots of awareness is needed, of course.
May I have your question, please? Please, here.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
ئێوارەتان باش. من دکتۆر بەهات حەسیب قەرەداخیم لە ئاوا تیڤی پسپۆریم لە میدیا هەیە. من دوو کۆمنت و سەرنجێکی بچکۆلەم هەیە. کۆمنتی یەکەمم لەسەر پرزنتیشنەکەی بەڕێز کاک دکتۆر ئالان بوو بەیانی. بەڕاستی پرزنتیشنێکی زۆر ورد، زۆر ئەکادمی، لە کاتێکی زۆر کەمە زانیارێکی ئەجگار زۆری داینێ و پرۆژەکەش بۆ خۆی زۆر مژ دەبەخشە و بڕیاریش وایە بەم زوانە تووشی دەکەم لە تەلەڤیزۆن بە دوور و درێژی باسی ئەو بابەتە دەکەین. تێبینی دووهەمم کۆمنتی دووهەمم لەسەر قسەکانی کاک دکتۆر مەسعود بوو، خاڵێکی ئەجگار گرنگی وروژاند، ئەویش مەسەلەی ماوەی پێویست بۆ فێربوون. ئەمە لە ڕیشۆ ئەبێ مراجعە بکرێتەوە و فەرمووی ئێمە تا ئێستا 16 ساڵمان پێویستە بۆ ئەوەی کەسێک بتوانێت پسپۆری لە شتێکا وەرگێت لە بوارێکە، بەڵام بۆ لەمەوە دوا ڕەنگە 16 هەفتەی پێویست بێت بە یارمەتی و هاوکاری AI. ئەم خاڵە زۆر زۆر گرنگە و کێشەیەکی زۆر گەورە بۆ خوێندنی باڵا دروستەکە، ئەبێ بە جددی بیری لێ بکەنەوە. سەرنجەکەشم لەسەر چەمکی زیرەکی دەستکردە، ئەوەی کە لەسەر شاشەکە دەمبینی بەیانی جارێ هەر خۆی زیرەکەکە غەڵەت نووسرا بوو، بە دوویە ئەبێ بنووسرێ نەک بە یەکیە، و وشەی زیرەکی لە عەرەبیە شەتارەیە، لە ئینگلیزیە کلەڤەرنسە. لە کاتێکە ئەم ئیشەی ئێمە قسەی لێکن لە بەیانیەوە ناوی artificial intelligence، ذكاء اصطناعية، ذكاء لعربي، intelligent لإنجليزي، زور جوازة لشطارة زيركي. لكردية گونجاوترین چەمەگبۆی ژیریە. ئێستا ئێوە هەر یەکەتان لە مۆبایلەکەی خۆتان لە AI بپرسن بڵێ بە عەرەبی بنووسە ما الفرق بين الشطارة والذكاء، یا بە ئینگلیزی بنووسەوە what the difference between intelligent and cleverness. ئەزانین چی پێ دەڵێ؟ ئەڵێ cleverness یان شەطارە بریتیە لە کۆمەڵێک مەهارات، skill، کارامەیی، بەکارهێنانی کەرەسەکانی بەردەستت بە باشترین شێوە بە خێراترین کات بگەیتە چارەسەری کێشەیەک. لە کاتێکە کە تعریفی ذەکاءت بۆکایە intelligent کە من پێی دەڵێم ژیری، دەڵێ ئەمە توانایەکی عەقڵیە، توانای تەحلیلکردن و ڕەخنەگرتن و شیکردنەوە و بڕیاردانی هەیە. ئێوەستایەک لە ناوچەی پێشەسازی ذەکائی نییە، شەتارەی هەیە، ژیری نییە، زیرەکی هەیە. ئەگەر لێی بپرسی مەشینە بۆ وا ئیشەکە نازانێت، بەڵام ئەزانێت بچووک گەورەترین خەلەلت بۆ چاکاتەوە مەهارەتی هەیە مەهارەیەکی تەطبیقی عەمەلی هەیە لەبەرەوە ئەم ئیشەی ئێمە ئیشتیاکەین کە ئینتەلەجەنتە ذەکاءە ئەمە ئیشێکی عەقلیە با ئەو شەی زیرەکیە ڕێککەوین لەسەرەوەی لە ئێستاوە بەغەڵەت نەڕوە زیرەکی نییە ژیریە ژیری دەستکردە و زۆر زۆر سپاس
Thank you.
Can I just comment on that,
I'm
please?
afraid we're running out of time, right? Like, the new panelists are waiting for us to close. So, do we have 2 more minutes for the last one that was already there? It's waiting for us. Go ahead, please.
Hi everybody, I'm Ms. Amira, the principal at College of Dog for Gifted Students. First of all, I'd like to thank our Minister of Education, Dr. Alan, to give us a chance today to participate in such a good forum, especially nowadays we are living in the days about AI. Mr. Fazl said, a student who uses artificial intelligence and the one who is not using it like a Superman and a normal man. My question here, any of the guests is going to answer it's okay. What do you think of the students who never use AI and getting higher marks at school? You think he's gonna or she's gonna to be the abnormal one or it's okay? Thanks.
So, we have only 1 more minute. So,
Well, do you want me to answer or? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Actually, thank you for the question. I said, AI, it does not makes you like a real Superman. It just gives you a lot of information and summarizes a lot of information and make them available for you in a very, very short time. So, what is the real Superman? A real Superman can fly from here and here in a very, like it can fly, right? So that's my like it's just I just bring that example just for sake of the example, yeah, sake of the discussion, yeah. Last thing I just want to mention that we are as the developer of this platform, when we were developing, actually, we got very amazed and very surprised that, when you're asking about a very specific topics, you feel that in the physics you're talking to Isaac Einstein or Isaac Newton or maybe Einstein, because it answers you in a way that simplifies the information and make it break down, because we have slow learners and fast learners. So I can understand how quickly you understand, because once you are asking the next question, it instantly determine your current level of knowledge, and based on that, gives you the next answer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just mention one word on this?
We don't have more time. I'm sorry. Okay. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Comparing grades to skills is a very interesting topic. Typically, who builds companies and builds economies are usually not the high grades, are usually the second in line. And I think those are the ones who will be using AI. So this is basically just a comparison. It's not which one is better, both will be needed.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I would love to stay here for hours discussing with you. It's been a very interesting panel. Before closing the panel and saying thank you to you, I would like to thank the Ministry of Education for giving us the opportunity to participate in this forum and to listen to you all. So thank you very much, and thank you for sharing with us this afternoon and all of the information that it was very, very interesting.
Thank you.
Hopefully we have more opportunities to continue discussing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.